There are many tools and techniques that we can use that will help us on our journey to finding our life purpose. Some of these tools and techniques are directly connected to our life purpose, and the other tools and techniques are stepping stones for overall life improvement. Today, I'm going to share some techniques that will help us become mindful and learn how to practice mindfulness so that we are in control of our thoughts and feelings at all times. Hi, I'm Keisha from KeishaGolder.com, and today I'm going to share with you 3 tips on how you can start living a more mindful life. First tip for living a more mindful life is to pay attention on purpose. Now, I know everyone loves to believe that they're paying attention at all times, but let's get real. A lot of the times we're just moving along with the motion of the day, or we're just sitting there pretending that we're paying attention. What does paying attention on purpose do? It teaches you focus. It teaches you concentration. It teaches you how to really hone in on one thing at a time so that you are able to complete it. And yeah, I know we all want to believe that we're good at multitasking, but let's be honest, when we multitask, there is something that does not get our full attention and it becomes lack. So, how do you pay attention on purpose? Instead of sitting down with a list of several tasks that you need to complete, you sit down and you pick one task at a time and you devote that time to that particular task, no matter what it is. And I know that sometimes when we sit and we try to focus on one thing, our minds begin to wander. But in this instance, instead of letting your mind wander, you bring your mind back when it does begin to wander into focus on that one task. So instead of me focusing on writing a letter, preparing dinner, creating a market list all at one time, I'm going to pick one task. Say that one task is creating my market list. I'm going to devote X amount of time. For me, I like to use the 50-10, 50 minutes on, 10 minutes off. 50 minutes. It might not take me 50 minutes to create the market list, but that 50 minutes is devoted to that one task. And I sit there and I create my market list however I want to do it. And that is the only thing I am doing during those 50 minutes. And yes, my mind may wander off to, well, if I have this on the market list, then maybe I can fix this. And well, how can I fix this? And then I'll have the urge to go look up a recipe to fix something. But this is where I stop myself. Because the minute I begin to feel myself wandering, straying away from that list that I am creating, I bring myself back and I focus on that task of creating that list until either I am done with the list or that 50 minutes is up. Once I am done focusing on that one task, I am able to move on to another task and give that task the equal amount of attention that I have given another task. It takes time to develop this skill. And yes, trust me, it's something that I still work on sometimes because, our minds just sometimes go wherever it wants to go. But once you get this skill underway, you will be able to focus. You will be able to provide your undivided attention to whatever it is, whatever person it may be that it needs to be on in those crucial moments. Paying attention on purpose kind of is like a foundational brick because everything falls into place once you know how to pay attention and focus. My second tip for living a more mindful life is to live life on purpose. Now, you may say, well, I'm living, so I am living on purpose. Truth of the matter is, that's not always the case. A lot of times in life, we are just going along with the flow. We're just doing things because that is the natural order that we feel things should be in. We're just doing things because it feels right. But we're not living on purpose. We're not taking life as it is given to us and making the best of it. We are letting life happen to us instead of living it. How can you live life on purpose? Here's where you begin to make the best out of every moment, good and bad, because guess what? It either provides you with a blessing or a lesson. So you take the things that life is giving you and you focus on the lesson that it is teaching you or the blessing that it is giving you. And when you learn how to not just roll with the punches, but sometimes throw a punch or two because it's needed, then you know that you're living. You're not just letting things happen. You're playing a vital part in how your life plays out. To me, that's what living life on purpose is. It's taking control of your life and what you want to happen and the people that you want to be there and the things that you want to do. That is what living life on purpose is. And it's also enjoying the moments as they come and as you experience them. You have to experience the moments in order to get feelings out of them. You can't just say, oh, I'll live vicariously through this person, because you're not experiencing it for yourself. So you don't know those feelings firsthand. You're just getting them as a secondhand account from someone else. Living life on purpose means experiencing the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. And making sure that even when you get knocked down, you get back up because you know that you have to make a difference, if nobody else, in your life. You know that you have to continue because your heart is in whatever it is that you're doing. You know that these things that you are experiencing are developing you into a different person in some way, shape, or form. Take the time to experience all that life has. And you can only do that by making sure you go out here and you live life on purpose. You do not let life live you or happen to you. My last tip for living a more mindful life is to pay attention without passing judgment. So we've already talked about paying attention on purpose, but now we're talking about paying attention without passing judgment. And you're probably going to say, well, I can't pass judgment while paying attention, or I don't pass judgment. If we take a second and we're really honest with ourselves, we will see that we pass judgment on ourselves, we pass judgment on others, we pass judgment when there isn't even any judgment being passed. I know for me, this is something that I've been working on. This is something that I've become better at, but it is still a work in progress. And if you notice, just in day-to-day interactions, you'll see it happening. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, a young lady was cleaning, and as she was cleaning, she had on her cleaning clothes. Someone complimented something. I believe it was her mask. Someone complimented her mask, and she said thank you and walked away, and then came back and said, oh, well, don't pay attention to the clothes that I have on because I'm cleaning. And everybody sat around and was like, where did that come from? None of the people that were around placed judgment on this young lady because of what she was wearing. She placed the judgment on herself and felt the need to apologize because she felt that somebody else was placing judgment on her. So paying attention without passing judgment is in that situation when she was complimenting on her mask, saying thank you and continuously moving, not having to come back, not having to apologize for what she was wearing or anything else. No one is expecting anyone to be perfect at every hour of every second of every day. And if you think about it, most of the judgment that we feel as people does not come from anyone else. It comes from ourselves. So stop placing judgment on others and stop placing judgment on yourself. Everything will be a lot nicer and the world will be just a little bit better if we learn how to stop judging. Practicing mindfulness ultimately means letting go of your emotions and letting go of your attachments. It means that you learn to become free, free with who you are, free with how you live, free to take this journey to live the ultimate dream. That is your life on your terms, doing the things that you want to do, how you want to do them. Living a mindful life means that you are you, undeniably, unquestionably you, the person that you pushed down so many years ago, the person that you thought when you would never see again. That is what being mindful is. It's about helping you get yourself back, helping you get to where that you need to be. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to think of a time that you were all over the place, but you used a mindful skill to help you bring it back together. In the comment section below, I want you to take a second and tell me, what skill did you use? Did you use meditation? Did you use taking a walk? What skill did you use and how it made you feel after you were finished? Of course, you know I'm going to read it, and I'll see you guys next video.